Yo, my peoples, I'm Avin.E and welcome to the 20th episode of EasyCast. Yay. I bring back my cousin. Yay. Today, we're going to be talking about some interesting topics as usual. We're going to start off with a very interesting TikTok incident. We have just come back from episode 19 on a interesting incident on YouTube, and now there's something similar on TikTok. And then from there, we're going to segue into some nice talking about how to find a productive hobby. And then we can talk about how to avoid perfectionism. And then from there, we'll see where we're at. Maybe we'll add in some, top 5 anime characters or something like that.
Sounds
But
good.
yes. First of all, how are you today, my friend?
Very well, alhamdulillah. How are you?
Alhamdulillah. And Stewie.
Stewie.
You have to unmute
How are
Stewie's
we?
mic. Unmute Stewie's.
Hello.
Good man.
How are
Did
you
you unmute
today?
it on there?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, good man. You can mute it now.
I missed you, Stewie.
No one cares about Stewie.
Oh.
I care about him, but like, it's a tough love relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, he's my man.
Hey,
Purpose.
Stewie. Double down. No, all right. Anyway, the TikTok incident. So, scrolling through TikTok, just randomly here and there. And then literally, out of nowhere, it says breastfeeding daily, something like that. Full woman, just like pretty much like naked, everything, and just breastfeeding a baby. And I'm like, what?
Wait, you were scrolling on
I was scrolling like 2-3 in on my first like run, like, you know what I mean, because I just first go in and then it just pops up out of nowhere and I'm like, how in the world is it allowed on TikTok? First YouTube and now TikTok, and I put it on what's it called? You know how you press share and you press not interested, and then guess what happened?
the next
I
thing you
g-
scroll
no.
is that again?
I go on my Elite account. I mean, not my Elite, the podcast account, because I went on there to post a short.
Yeah.
And then I go on it, and I'm like, oh, the account's kind of washed because it's new. So you get like usually just like cringy TikToks. And I'm like, I just want to see what was there because I thought it was still on my account after I uploaded it. I wasn't. And I go back, and then like third slide in, the same one pops up again. And I'm like, oh my God, how is this possible on TikTok?
On TikTok, which is like, the cringy dances, or if
Yeah.
it's just like, and you're a brand new account, so
It's
that's
like
the
a
third
new account.
recommendation of a.
That's what
something
I'm
you see on TikTok.
saying. And the comments and people were just saying, they know what they're doing because they're just saying because it's breastfeeding that it's educational or it's not like, sexual or anything. But they know exactly what they're doing, bro. And it had like 2.4 million likes or whatever. And I'm like, what the hell? Do you know how crazy that is, right? Because now, like any kid going on TikTok is easily just going to see that.
It's gonna, yeah. That's the same as the YouTube one. It's like
Yeah.
they're claiming it's educational, or like what? I don't know. Like times are changing and it's
But
more
that-
acceptable
no
now.
time is changing,
It's
bro.
more
What is
acceptable now. What
it?
is that? That's disgusting. I don't want to see that on my feed. Imagine
No.
imagine your little cousins that were just on TikTok
That's
or
what I'm
just like
saying. 11-year-old, 10-year-old, 12-year-old.
they don't need to be
Everyone's
seeing
on
that.
TikTok
like-
now.
like,
It was disgusting. And I'm like, how in the world have they allowed it? Because they used to have, I've spoken about it before, where it's called like December 22nd or something like that, when everything on TikTok was unmoderated for like a week. And they
Yeah.
could post anything. Slideshows of just, whatever they wanted, sexual stuff, blah, blah, blah. And then it got all removed. But now it's just like, again?
That's
Like,
disgusting. That's one of the reasons I deleted it. I know me and you
yeah.
deleted it end of last year just to save time and everything, but like that's bizarre to me because usually I deleted it because it was my interest. What gym, or if it was
Yeah.
gaming, if it was just like swimming, outdoor stuff,
Yeah.
because it was time wasting. And when I saw like, do you even remember the last 10 TikToks you watched?
Yeah, when they explained that.
That
yeah.
got me, and it was like half an hour a day is like 2 weeks a year,
Yeah.
all that, and now I don't miss it at all. Like I've
Yeah.
spent a lot more time. It's like I don't need to be. I'm not missing out on much,
That's
especially
good.
from that.
Yeah, no, I was like, bruh, no, I'm not hopping on that anymore. I mean, I got it. I only have it so I can post on the podcast account.
Yeah.
But I do check every now and then to see what there is. I mainly check because of Jinxie. He's like one of the top streamers right now, but he's like a funny Rainbow Six Siege player. So I just see his clips and I just send them all to my brother and another streamer who does like Amigo jump scares. But yeah, so that's all I use it, and then just out of nowhere, like it's random. Like,
That's I can't believe that. That's why I stick to the Instagram reels.
Yeah, Instagram Reels are better in terms of like, even in terms of entertainment, and it's, I don't know. I feel like the only reason I like TikToks is because of their length. Because I can't go on an Instagram Reel, and if I'm, for example, I don't know, if I'm doing something and if I was on one of their platforms and I need something in the background, then I would probably have TikTok in the background because there's a lot of clips usually that are like 2 minutes or 3 minutes, 5 minutes,
Mm.
and stuff like that. So I like to have those in the background sometimes. But on Instagram, because you only have a minute and most people only do like 10 seconds, it's like the one thing that I found myself seeing is, okay, I'm going to, once I get like a 1 minute thing or something that's long enough, I'll get up and do this thing or
Mm.
whatever. But because on Instagram, it's like 5, 10 seconds each one. I'm like, I'm still waiting for this next reel that's going to be long enough for me to get up and do my whatever I need to get up and do, you know?
Yeah.
But on TikTok, it does have like longer like videos and stuff like that, which allows me to just like be like, oh yeah, I'll get up and do this now. But in general, I mean, both are bad. But you know, it's better to get off TikTok, or at least limit like the usage. And Instagram Reels is better in terms of moderation, not like TikTok.
No, everything in moderation. I even put like the screen limit,
Oh yeah.
the screen limit app. I put like 5 minutes a day on social. That's what I have to stop me from just like looking, because I know the scroll is very addictive. But I don't know. It's just better to find something to do instead of that.
I mean, like, would you say it like affects your mood a lot
Definitely,
because of it?
especially if it's first thing in the morning. I know a lot of people. They're first thing instinctively. They wake up. They go on their phone.
Put the mic close to you like that.
Oh.
And down, yeah.
That one.
There you go. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
First thing they do, they wake up and they get their phone, scroll.
Yeah.
They check their messages from friends, they or whatever. That straight away can just like determine how your day's gonna go.
Yeah.
See something sad, it might put you in a sad mood. See something just funny, that's like the dopamine just hits straight
Yeah.
away. And yeah, like that's why it's a good rule. I see a lot of people doing it now these days as well. They like first 2 hours, no screen time, because
Yeah.
you got stuff to do. Or if you wake up late, you're gonna go straight to uni, work, whatever. If you wake up early, you can pray fajr, you can
Yeah.
eat breakfast, make your bed, clean, whatever.
Yeah.
It definitely affects my mood. That's why I've just tried to keep phone
The screen limit.
screen time to a limit.
How does it work? But like, can you like undo it or something?
You can undo it. So obviously, like
Yeah.
they want you to be on your phone, but you just click social, entertainment, games, whatever, or you could actually pick the actual app itself
Oh really?
and set a time limit for like 5 minutes. I actually have another app called Opal when I'm
Okay.
doing uni.
Sounds like the bus.
I think it sounds like the bus travel thing, but I believe it's called Opal.
Yeah.
And when I have uni on my uni days, I make it 9 till 5, just none at all.
Oh okay.
So I just focus fully on uni.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
even if I'm on a 2 hour break on a lecture for something,
So
I'll,
you undo it or you just do something else?
no, that's on the whole day. So from 9 to 5, I
Okay.
cannot go on games. I can't go on YouTube or any of that, because I just know it wastes time.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, I just go on my laptop and I go to the library
Yeah.
and I just study.
You
for
do
that whole
uni
day.
work?
Do uni work for
I mean, yeah, that's
the day's end.
pretty sick. Yeah, like at least it gives you, when you have that break, you're not using it on just technology or just something like unproductive or something like that. It forces you to, do something a bit better than just a game or watching something. Like, what would you say you're doing in that time then?
Like I could just like scroll and see who's in the area, who's at uni, ask who's there to just get lunch, or just like because I got an hour or something to kill before the next class.
Yeah.
But instead, I found myself actually getting prepared for the next class, starting my assignment early, or catching up on the lecture, which is because a lot of them intertwine and they're straight
Yeah.
up, they're just like that. I know you can escape it, not escape it. I know it's very easy to just lose track of time. So like if I got 11:30 to 1:30, I know in that 2 hours I could just walk around, find some friends, and we could eat and we could just waste that 2 hours. But instead, I'm actually catching up on lectures,
Okay.
actually doing my assignments and stuff like that. So it's actually very good.
Oh, that's good. Alhamdulillah. Like,
Alhamdulillah.
it's good to hear. But yeah, that's why it's important to have a hobby that's productive.
Very good to have
That's
hobbies.
segue, yeah. Nah, in terms of hobbies, would you say, like, do you have any definitive hobby in the background right now, or
Yeah, I do martial arts.
yeah?
It's I do MMA classes 4 times a week.
Is that like part of gym, or do you do gym as well separate?
I do gym. I go gym every 6 days a week.
Yeah,
Been doing that for the past 6 months, year,
yeah,
actually consistent. And then recently, it's something I picked up from my friend. We do MMA classes, and actual sparring, which
yeah,
is very good. You know, a bit out of my comfort zone
yeah.
because I've done training in the past, but never actually full sparring a lot.
So you've done
Um,
MMA before?
I've done MMA
Yeah.
before, but nothing recently. Just wanted to add another hobby because I found some extra time other than work and uni and everything.
Mm.
And that's very good because it's actually physical.
Yeah.
Getting just learning to defend yourself in situations is very good. I think a lot of men need to do that.
Mm.
That's something that's very like rare these days.
Good skills.
Yeah, it's
Mm.
a skill that not many people have. They actually don't like. Let's say you're with your wife, you're with your
Yeah.
family or something. You need to know how to defend yourself,
Yeah.
and like it's like the bare minimum I think any man should do, other than gym, because gym it's lonely. You're lifting metal, you're
Yeah.
putting it back down for an hour and a half. You can waste time, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually contact sport. The fact that you are already prepared, or let's say you're sparring, and the fact you've actually had hits before and stuff
Yeah.
like that, I found that like it's helped me. Like if I'm in a fight, I'm not like
you just take
scared
it, yeah.
of the first punch. I'm never not scared of. Oh, I've never been hit in the face before because I
Mm.
have like. You need to get comfortable if uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
So in those situations, you can actually defend yourself and do something. But that's one of the hobbies I picked up. What about you?
I mean, I haven't done anything like that.
Not that.
I'm kind of like a chill person, but I feel like I would need to do something like that to help in terms of physicalness. But before I do that, I feel like I need to get stronger first, like in terms of gym. Like at the moment, when it comes to physical activity, I've kind of, it's not that I put it second, but I put like, I allocate certain time to things like what's it called? I analyze how much time I have and what I'm using it for, how much I need it for the uni work that I'm putting in. Outside of that, it's a bit of the podcast, and then it used to be gym when I had the time, but now it's kind of just like mix. It sounds like I'm making a whole lot of waffle of excuses, but I mean, I will, inshallah. I'll probably do something like that, but I don't know. I've always thought like, I just don't want to get too prone to injuries kind of thing. Cause I mean, alhamdulillah, I'm going strong. Like I haven't had anything like major, alhamdulillah. So I don't want to,
Alhamdulillah.
I don't know, put myself in that position, but I understand that obviously those skills are very important. Maybe like I would do some sort of like a short course kind of thing on actual just maneuvers and different skills that you can learn, and maybe like take a couple hits and whatnot because I probably need that. But I think before that I need to like get a bit stronger first because I'm pretty short. You know, I'm not that strong. I'm just like I don't eat bad. I eat a small amount too. I don't eat a lot, so I'm just kind of like just a chill man. Like I'm just sitting there.
I mean, I think it's like when you're finding your hobby, you want to like replace something. So like, obviously for me, I had that gym that was covering it.
Yeah.
But I come from a background of doing 4 sports a week, 5 sports a week.
Yeah.
So that was like my whole childhood: sport, school.
Yeah.
Even on the weekend, I had 2 games on Saturday, 2 games on the Sunday.
Okay.
And then obviously we did surf. We did
Yeah,
surf
yeah,
club and stuff
yeah,
when we were younger
yeah.
as well. So that was like,
I hated surf club. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
you gotta do stuff.
Yeah,
you gotta try everything. That's how you find your hobby. You have to
Yeah.
try everything. You can't say, oh, I got so much free time, so
You just
lazy,
do
and
nothing.
do nothing
Play
about it.
games. Yeah.
Play games, scroll on TikTok, scroll on
Yeah.
scroll on Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts. You find a hobby by doing things.
Yeah.
You're with your friend. You find you're doing nothing. You're just gaming. When you come across a video of a transformation.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to try a gym. You try it with them. One of you like it. One of you maybe not.
Yeah.
You've done that thing. You find out what you don't like. Then you go into the next. Okay, I like doing something physical. Gym wasn't it. Maybe find martial arts. Maybe find swimming. Maybe find just water polo. It could literally be anything.
Yeah.
It depends on what.
Handball.
Like it could be anything. It depends on what you're looking for, and especially it doesn't have to be a physical hobby. It could be reading.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. Like, for me, I'm more of a less physical hobby type of guy.
Mm.
Like I don't really find fun in sports. If I am to find a fun in sport, it's probably going to be volleyball. And actually, we're trying to find people to play with at the uni, by the way, if you do want to play.
Sure.
Because we'll like
Big
that's
Haku
something.
fan.
Yeah, literally. Like I would be so down to play volleyball. I'm not great at it at all, but that's maybe one of like two sports that I'd actually enjoy. I don't like soccer. I don't like any of that stuff. But I mean, I support Man City. Yeah, yeah.
Is it like no contact you don't like, or is
I
it like
I don't like. It's not. That's one. I don't like no contact. I just like to just chill. I don't really. If I don't need to, like, why should I put myself in that position? Kind of thing. I understand the both sides to the story. Like I understand both points.
yeah?
But the second point is like generally speaking, I've always been like the smallest person in those types of sports. So I'm always just like, if I am to put myself in that position, I know I'm easily gonna be getting hurt or injured and stuff like that. I'd rather work on my physical health in terms of like muscles and actual fitness and strength like that before I put myself back into something like that. When it comes to, for example, rugby type sport, like I hate rugby. I don't enjoy playing it at all because that's
That
just like
hurts.
major content. I'm like,
That hurts hearing that.
yeah, I'm sorry, but it's because, I mean, I wouldn't say I didn't grow up on it because I still did play it. Like I would enjoy kicking the ball and stuff like that. But I would say I'm more of a frailer, like type of person.
That's fair. That's just your personality. I was like, I used to be the shortest guy ever. Like
Yeah.
I was like, I don't think I hit year 9 or 10. I was still probably like 5'2" or something. Like not 5'2", maybe like
we still there.
5'4". You're not that. You're not small. When you have a disadvantage, you find other ways to like get better.
Yeah.
I feel like in the sports, okay, if I was short, I just like, I found just working on my speed, I guess. Like I was faster, so it helped me a lot. And I'm short,
Yeah.
I could maneuver around stuff. In swimming, it doesn't really matter that much. Yeah, you got longer,
Yeah, swimming is alright.
like you got a longer wingspan. That's way easier and stuff like that. But like, you got to find other things that can help you get better. You can't say you can say that. You can't say I'm frail. I don't want to do stuff. You gotta
Yeah.
you gotta try stuff. But you know, and again, it doesn't have to be physical.
Yeah.
Reading is something I picked up start of last year.
Mhm.
That's because I wanted to work on my vocabulary
Okay.
and I wanted to actually like speak more illiterate and like more comfortable.
Yeah.
I found myself like here I go again. I found myself saying and like
Yeah.
and like trying to fill in the gap when
Yeah.
I'm talking. I don't like take a breath and actually think about what I want to say, then say it. Reading actually helped me because you can't stutter when you're reading
Yeah, I guess.
unless you like read it wrong.
Unless
You
you're
go back.
dyslexic, but yeah.
And reading helps a lot with dyslexia. It does help a lot with dyslexic people, and reading it helps. It just you can when you see a story actually like written properly. For me, anyway, it actually feels like I can use that in my life
Mm-hmm.
because I find myself filling in the gaps, slurring, or I just when I spoke, I wasn't very comfortable, and I had like the THs and Fs. I got those confused a lot when I was younger.
Yeah.
So that helped reading a lot, and even just like mentally,
Mm-hmm.
when I don't want to do, if I've gone gym, I've gone MMA already.
Yeah.
If I've gone surfing with my friends,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just so drop dead tired, I don't want to do something physical. Reading is so like you can just
chill mental type like activity.
exactly. I find I can go to the library and read. I can just chill in bed. I can just go to the park, just read, or you can. There's so many hobbies that you can do. It's just way better than sitting on a phone.
Just
I can't stress that
scrolling.
enough. Yeah, scrolling like when you see your screen time and it's like 8 hours, 7 hours.
Yeah.
I can't believe that. That's why I've like tried to do things to limit it.
Yeah.
Because
No, but it's good that you're taking like activities to properly limit yourself from it because a lot of people just don't. They just kind of say, "Oh, I'm gonna get off it," and then like that's why like I was really like, damn, when my brother deleted Instagram and TikTok both, just like khalas, like he just did it, and I'm like, damn, like that.
it's one day or day one. That's what it actually is.
Yeah,
Not gonna
yeah.
lie, because you have to actually put your foot down. You can't just
You can't just keep like you're pushing it. It's procrastinating that type of limiting of social media and stuff.
exactly. Actions speak better than words. You can't just do nothing about it. And time is very very fast. Another thing I saw is like if you win the day, you win the hour.
You win the day.
You win the.
Oof, what's good?
I think You win the hour, you win like the day. You win the day, you win. You didn't win enough days in the week, you win the week. You didn't win enough weeks in a month, you win the month. You win enough months in a year, you win the year.
Mm-hmm.
Like and getting like 1% better every day.
Yeah.
That's something that's also, I think a lot of people can find motivation in because you don't want to look. You want to look back at 2 years and be like, damn, I'm the same.
Yeah.
Would you rather have not like progress?
Yeah.
Like that would be so much better. Imagine you get 1% better every day. That's 365, sometimes 365% better a year.
Yeah.
Like you just got to level up.
No, 100%. Like the thing is, I'd say, in terms of if we're going back to the physical hobbies, it's more something. Well, it depends. Like gym, I do enjoy gym. If I got the time, I enjoy. It's not the sport I enjoy, or like what I'm doing that I enjoy. I enjoy the goal for me is always the free time in the end, or having the time. So me, when I have that time, I will enjoy doing gym because I have that time. If I was to go gym and I know I have stuff on, or I could be using that time to get a bit ahead, I wouldn't enjoy gym anymore. Same with any other hobby. Like I wouldn't enjoy it if it goes against my priorities.
Okay.
Like for me, obviously I do put uni quite ahead because I feel like I am the type of guy that needs to put in a lot more effort compared to most other people, especially in my degree in engineering, to be on their same level. And that's just normal. That's why I do like the anime Skate. I know it's a random like sideways segue or whatever to Skate. I'm bringing it back, but because Skate teaches or it shows how there's the main character. It's not really spoilers, by the way, but whatever. This is like the main premise. The main character is he's been skating all his life. He loves skating, whatever. He's good at it. He's decent. He's pretty all right. And then one guy from Canada never skated before, but he's done skiboarding or he's done snowboarding. Yeah. And then he uses those tricks when he comes to Japan to kind of spat on the mic, to kind of become like amazing at skating because skateboarding, because he uses these tricks that he learned in snowboarding and kind of applied them and mixed it up. And it's a bit unrealistic, but in summary, the guy who came ended up becoming like way better and excelling past the guy who's been doing it all his life. And he ends up going to tournaments and, fighting like the best people in the area and stuff like that. And then that's when the main character goes through like a tough phase of like neglecting that guy because they were friends, but he kind of neglected him because he's going through the feeling of like, I'm doing all this effort, but I'm not getting the same result kind of thing. And then he realized he was better in putting that effort. He's great at skating, but he was better at putting that effort in actually making the skateboards. So it's kind of like you just have to do your best, and you'll find by the end of it something that you will excel in the same area. But like you'll find your own path kind of thing. You just have to be grateful. Obviously, like I'm grateful that I'm in engineering to begin with. So I do have to put in that's what I'm trying to explain, that I do have to put in a lot more effort than most people, I'd say, because some people just, they just get it better. That's just how it is. And for me, when I need to study, I have to put in I have to write all the notes. I have to study all the questions, and I'll just be passing. So that's just kind of like how it is. So that's why I put that as a priority. And that's not an excuse in terms of, I don't mean like excuse of gym, because obviously I can always do better on health or fitness in general. I'd say I eat all right and all that stuff. But in terms of an excuse of me, like, oh, why shouldn't I work hard enough to be on that level? That just shows that I'm working harder kind of thing. And, they always say hard work beats talent. I mean, generally speaking, it does. Generally speaking, because sometimes it can't. But it does beat it in terms of your discipline and mental state, right? In terms of future tests that you're going to attack in life, those the way you attacked that challenge, like the way I'm attacking engineering, is the same way I attacked my exams in high school. If I wasn't disciplined back then, I wouldn't have been disciplined now. Or it would have been very hard to have been disciplined now, because I'm using those same techniques, the same discipline that I learned through my years of uni, putting in that same amount of effort to apply it to anything else that happens. So going back to hobbies, because of that, I put a lot of the uni work ahead first. So the hobbies that I generally like are less physical, less things that are going to take up a lot of my time. But in general, I think I've always been like that. I'd never really enjoyed sports. Like I never enjoyed physical like sports and heavy this that. And maybe that's just something because maybe I wasn't brought up too much onto it. Maybe if I did do a lot of that sport, then it would have been better. But I did do soccer, I did karate, I did like a bunch of stuff. So I guess it's just me.
What was your typical hobbies when you were like younger then or now? Like,
Well,
is it more gaming? Is it more?
No, no, no. Like I'm gonna like kind of, I'll explain. Pretty much, as a kid, I've always been interested in very like odd, like hobbies, but not just odd hobbies, but it's always trying something new. And that's as you explaining and what I wanted to say about finding a hobby. You have to keep trying. You have to try something different every time. You can't be on something and then you're gonna like and then you get bored of it, or it doesn't work out and you fail or something like that, and then you just quit and you go back to games or back to something that's nothingness, because at the end of the day, you play a game, you finish a game, it's a great game. I love games too, but at the end of it, what did you gain? Nothing much, just a bit of waste of time, but you had fun. So that's great, but it's best to put your time on productive hobbies. Like, for example, when I was younger, I would like to do Lego animating or just Lego building. That's still constructive, but animation, drawing, and then now like photography, and now with writing a book, like I'm spending a lot of my time or like my free time, spare time, just putting in like brainstorming ideas for the book that I'm trying to write and just consoling ideas and developing it more and more and more, speaking with people, getting feedback kind of thing, and then slowly constructing it so that over time, slowly I'm going to be able to start actually writing the book.
Mm.
And then other hobbies, Duolingo, just learning Japanese. That's another like productive hobby. And then other than that, like, I mean, I would go to gym and I'd enjoy volleyball if we had enough people to play. Like, I don't like going to just some random place and everyone's just way better. Like, I want to play with friends and stuff like that. It's more fun. I'd enjoy it. But yeah, I think those are my hobbies. Yeah, like photography. I already mentioned that. I'd love to do like drawing animation, like 2D animation and 3D animation, because I'd love. I'm the type of guy that like wants to creatively put the stuff that I imagine or the stories that I want to write also on visual as well. So like if I am to write this book and then also be able to animate part of it or something like that, or be able to animate visuals and stuff like that, then that would be like sick. But these things are things that you do on the side, because that's why I'm saying I put priority of uni first. But I forgot to mention my main whole hobby before that was editing, and I'd say that was still a productive hobby compared to just gaming. Now I use that to be able to make good videos for people that I know, and if the mission is to reach out, I'm able to make videos for them, or like any good organizations or stuff like that where you can get good deeds for. Like, I'm now being able to use that program for good, instead of if I used those 4 years of editing, playing games and doing nothing, I would still be like, what did I gain in the 4 years? So yeah.
That's fair. I think you're more on the learning side of it. Mine was more not productive, but just when I grew up, it was always football. I wanted to be the best at it. Like soccer.
Okay.
I wanted to be top goal scorer one season.
Yeah.
I got that one time, but like
Yeah.
if it was AFL, I wanted to get win the premiership, which you try to do. I'm like that's what I chased, and I achieved those. I'm very happy for it and thankful for it. Not that it's led on to anything. Not that I've actually pursued AFL and I've pursued soccer or anything like that. It's just like, I don't know. Maybe I looked at the longevity of it a lot as well. Because I always thought, okay, like I can get into the academies and all that stuff. But when I also think about it, because I do have close friends of mine that are in those places, they see the athletes when they're older and they're like, they're very like hurt and crippled.
Yeah.
And that, I think, stopped me a lot as well. But like in actually finding the hobbies, like actually finding them when I started, it was just like friends and family.
Yeah.
My dad put me in AFL straight away. I was in that for like 12 years.
You still
Um,
tried it, but like
I
that's
still
what I'm trying to say.
and I still
Like,
kept to it because it was
yeah.
just something to. You don't think about it when you're younger because it
Mm.
just substitutes playing on the Wii or
Yeah.
or whatever we were doing on the DS. I think that's what we were mainly
Yeah.
doing. I still tried everything. I stuck to it. I like you have to cause you can't just go one day and then say, okay, no, I'm tired of it. It's not for me.
Yeah.
You have to actually try it. I went to AFL. I wasn't the tallest or best player and everything. I still tried to beat everyone else. Like maybe that's just a personality thing, but you have to actually put in the effort. You
Yeah.
can't just say, okay, this guy's more talented than me. He's gonna beat me.
Yeah.
You have to outwork them so you can beat them. Otherwise,
That's
you're gonna-
literally
you're gonna s-
exactly what I was
you're
saying.
gonna stay at the bottom. But that's the tough reality of it. And yeah, I did stuff that is more. I guess some activities I enjoy more, and I still do now, is like more adrenaline based.
Okay.
So like surfing, or if it's
Do you do surfing?
yeah,
Are you good at it? Like, do you catch waves?
yeah,
Sick. Cool. Rock
no-
on, dude.
not like that, but surfing, swimming, AFL, martial arts, gymnastics,
Yeah.
all that stuff. A lot of it I was competitive with, especially with Omar, my cousin.
Yeah.
You know, very close. Me and him growing up. Our parents put us into the exact same sports a lot. Seeing him compete in them, maybe
Yeah.
compete in them, and also together we won what three premierships in
Yeah.
AFL. Gymnastics we did, swimming we did. Like when you have you might not have someone. That's why you can find the individual sports as well,
Mm-hmm.
and or you can do the individual things like reading or just
Yeah.
something when you want to be alone. But definitely try to do stuff with your friends. The volleyball team, that's a sick idea.
Yeah.
All of my friends, like Zane and
Yeah.
I don't know them. I know they do basketball. They do
yeah,
Oz
yeah,
tag.
Yeah.
You gotta find something with other people. If that's not for you, it's fine. But try to stick to it just for the fun, not just okay. I want to be
Yeah.
Olympic swimmer. I want to be I want to make this my career. Don't think it career wise. Think of it as a hobby, which is what it is at first. And then if you enjoy it, you can pursue it. If not, that can lead on to other things. Because you can find swimming like, damn, swimming's not for me. But then you see the water polo class next to you. Water
Yeah.
polo's sick. You go surfing, then that's not for me. And you can just try skateboarding. You can try
Yeah.
snowboarding. Like, there's a lot of things that you can do. But also, it does depend on your personality type. Me, I just like physical activity. And
Yeah, fair.
I think, like, that's how I found that's like my calling. That's why I thrive in actually doing that stuff. Like, it's easy for me to pick up on that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But if it's not, you could be a bookworm. You could be a gamer.
Yeah.
You could you could be a gamer, then you could be like the biggest streamer. You could be an editor. Okay, editing. You didn't want to do it because
Of the
there's
music,
some
but,
music,
like,
some haram sides, but
In
they
the
gave you
time, it
they
still
gave
did
you
me, yeah.
incentive to do a podcast
Yeah.
and allowed you to bring that following here,
Yeah.
and maybe other people are benefiting the podcast instead
Yeah.
of listening to the haram and editing.
Inshallah. Yeah.
That's how you find your hobbies.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, I think the one point that I liked that you said was when you try this hobby, even if it's like you're still the small fry in the whole thing, that shouldn't give you the excuse to not try hard. When you get given a hobby or if you found something new, you can't give up straight away. The whole point, you can't say after trying once or twice, that's it, it's not actually for me. You got to actually put yourself into it. Try hard. Like, for example, in animation, it's a hard type of thing, and I know like it takes people years to become very good at animating, but you shouldn't, or like let's say editing, because I've actually done it. It wasn't easy to be able to become like a really good editor. It takes a lot of time, but that shouldn't give you the excuse of after a couple times, oh, these guys, they're so, because I would obviously, you would look at the people that are much better and be like, you know, you would get jealous of them and stuff like that. You shouldn't let that be the reason for you to quit. Instead, you should turn that demotivation into motivation. Turn that into a goal instead of, you know, it bringing you down. Because if something like that's going to bring you down, then look away and look at, you know, what's beneath you and not above you. But only use what's above you as a goal and not as a source of envy, because then you excel in your hobbies. And that's why I'm saying with editing, with everything. And that's why even in uni, you know, that's why I said I'm not giving any excuse to myself to say why I'm doing bad. I have a certain level that I need to put in, I'm gonna do it. That's just how I'm created. That's what I have to do. You know, that's just reality.
The person that's the best at it was also the small fry when they started as well.
Yeah,
They're probably the person that just stuck to it.
yeah,
Like you're not gonna be just straight away the best at editing.
yeah, 100%.
How you gonna do that? You gotta actually put the effort in, and then when you build up, you realize, oh, they were probably for a year, I don't know, at 1K followers, and then they kept grinding, and then they got the best.
Yeah,
If you're at footy, they were really bad. Go, and then you become the best at it. You're not
Yeah.
gonna just be the best at it. You're not. That's not gonna happen. You have to actually put in the effort. That's how you
yeah.
That's how you overcome it.
I mean, I'd say for like physical sports on like for me, I didn't. I wouldn't say I didn't try any because I did do a decent amount. Like I did play a lot of soccer when I was a kid. I mean, like maybe not a crazy amount, but I did, for example, at least a year's worth, 2 years worth, and then karate for at least a year or 2 years. And I did like some martial arts before that when I was younger, but that's like I was young. But in general, like throughout my years, I did try to do a lot of physical sports. I never was getting better in any of them. Like we would always be the one losing, but that wasn't the point. Like
That's not the point.
the point is to have fun, which I was, but towards the end, I started to realize that's not my like expertise when it comes to my hobbies. For me, when it comes to physical fitness and stuff, I'd enjoy going to the gym and just being healthy. And I think, definitely changed my perspective in terms of I should probably learn a bit of some sort of, MMA or something like that. Just like as a short course or something on the side, because I wouldn't actually really enjoy it. I do it just for the knowledge kind of thing. But in terms of hobbies, I found myself liking the sort of, like you said, more like creativity, knowledge type based things, like less physical, more intellectual type hobbies. And that's what I'm saying. Everyone's different. But sometimes you can have a mix. Sometimes you can have not a mix. It depends. But that's why you just have to dip your toes in different things and just search up. Like people like say, I don't know what to do, and they just get bored. Well,
No, you have to actually try.
yeah.
Like one random thing, like this. We're talking about how you find a hobby as well. Like
Yeah.
it's not something I do every day, but in the summer, start of this year, I was with my surfing friends, and they asked if I want to go spearfishing with them.
Okay.
I've never done that before,
did
but
you
I
try
said
it?
yes. Next weekend, we go. It's like amazing. It's not a
Yeah?
hobby I've picked up because you got to get the
It's
spear gun. you have
effortful.
to-
It's quite effortful. Yeah.
Very effortful unless you've been doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
But they have been doing it for a long time, and obviously because I'm a good swimmer and stuff,
Mhm.
it was actually nice, and it was amazing. You can see.
Did you catch anything?
I caught a tuna.
Really?
I have a photo of it.
Not
Very
bad.
very rare to see. Because usually it was my first time. You don't like never catch
Yeah.
anything. My two friends, they had their spear guns, and I actually had I had the manual one. It's like a slingshot one, and you throw it back.
It's like the one in Black Ops 2.
Yeah, kind of. But I picked up that hobby from hanging with them, like just in something I would never think to do. Like speed,
Yeah.
like it's not a hobby, but it's like an activity I found time instead of wasting. Like it's something that was actually fun with these people that are good people instead of wasting time on the Instagram reels or the YouTube shorts
Yeah.
or whatever.
100%.
It was amazing. You could see all the fish going by. You learn how to actually learn how to catch fish, which you could
Yeah.
just is so sick.
Back to traditional times.
Back
you know
to
what I'm saying?
traditional
Yeah.
times, and you actually, you're outdoorsy, and you actually know how to hold your breath for a certain amount of time. You know how far out to go, and it's so sick. And that's how I think you got to do it. You just have
That's
to
sick,
keep
yeah.
applying yourself, keep trying. Because what's that thing, Nick 30? Never back
Yeah,
down,
yeah,
never give
back
up.
down, never what?
Otherwise, yeah.
You're just gonna fail. Like I mean, I don't mean it like that. You're gonna fall behind. You're going
will.
to fail,
Yes.
right? But like failing isn't a bad thing. Failing is a good thing. And I know we've done a lot of time. I wouldn't mind just keeping this podcast on. It could just be the whole thing about you know
40 minutes, yeah.
how to find a productive hobby. But I'm glad we really spoke on this topic.
Definitely.
Because now next time we can really speak about the next topic, because I think it will be very interesting to speak about how to avoid perfectionism, but I think that needs time as well. So we'll probably speak about that later on another episode, but we'll bring it back to hobbies. I was saying when it comes to failing, it's okay to fail. You know, I think biggest, uh, my biggest, I don't really like to fail. Obviously, no one likes to fail,
No.
but you have to have gratitude in terms of just say Alhamdulillah, which if you don't know what that means,
Alhamdulillah.
it just means like, you know, praise be to God, you know, like what can you do kind of thing. If you go through the past, you've done the mistake, the past has happened, learn from it, and you just attack the same thing again. So if you had a hobby, you tried, you failed, use your experience to get better at it and not, you know, demotivate yourself from it. So,
Experiences don't get not experiences. Challenges don't get harder. I think you become better to just overcome them.
yeah,
And you become
yeah.
better at solving them. Like, let's.
Like never, like sorry to cut you off, but
Yeah.
I was just gonna say like editing never, like it's always the same. It's not like it's going to become harder to edit over time. It's the same level, but the more you apply yourself, the more you do it, the more you put the work in, the better editor you become. Same with sports or you know spearfishing or whatever. The more you do it, it's always gonna be the same unless you like. There's nothing that's changing about the challenge, like you said. It's just you being persistent at it, and then there you go. You become good at it.
The
Yeah.
weights don't get lighter. You get stronger, so it's easier to lift as well. That's something I heard the other day. That's very true for the challenges. You become stronger. You get like the more uncomfortable and more difficult situations that you go through, more life experiences you go through, they actually build up you a lot. I think
Yeah.
in that especially as a man, when you do when you have certain canon events that happen, you actually tend to have a lot of self development, you know, character development,
Yeah.
because it builds you up and you become strong. You just become stronger and you learn from,
Yeah.
you know, mistakes are the only ways you're gonna grow. If you
Mhm.
win at everything, like you're just the
You're-
best. Like
yeah.
you're not, what are you gonna do if you lose? If you take some L's, that's how you grow and that's how you
Yeah.
just get better equipped to overcoming certain
And that's
certain
why
challenges.
that's why I think, for example, the person that's doing the hard work compared to talent, they're the ones that's always technically losing in a
Mm.
way. Because they're technically losing, they learn and overcome what they're feeling. Like as I was saying with that anime, in Skate, the guy was losing his ego. He's losing his you know, like he thought that he was actually him, like he
Mm.
could skate and all that. But the more he lost, he started to realize, okay, I got to overcome these feelings, and then he found something better that's still within the same industry. So I guess it applies the same way with hobbies and anything like that. You just have to keep applying yourself, and if you know you fail, if you fail, that's gonna help you learn to get better at it. You know, the more
You
you get
just
pushed
can't give
down,
up
you
when
get
you
back up.
fail. You can't give
Yeah,
up when you fail.
exactly.
Sorry to
Yeah.
interrupt, but
No, it's fine.
you, because that's the one. That's the hardest thing.
Mm-hmm.
That is the hardest thing. Like I know it's very hard when you just like keep trying. Let's say you keep trying and you keep failing your test. You keep
Yeah.
you just can't seem
Yeah.
to get good at sports. You're not a very good driver. You just like there's so many challenges that it just takes so much time. And like the person that doesn't give up is obviously the one that's gonna get better equipped at just handling situations. But it is very hard for I understand for some people why they can give up easily, but if you don't, then I think you'll find definitely new strength in yourself that you didn't
Yeah.
believe in when you see yourself when you and that high as well, like when you I'm trying to think of a good scenario here. That high, let's say you've failed one exam
Mm-hmm.
like 2 times, you've had to repeat the subject in 2 semesters. Imagine that feeling when you pass it.
Yeah.
Knowing
yeah,
all
yeah.
that hard work paid off. Like
Yeah.
imagine like that's like a better high than any dopamine thing you could get, because like you've actually applied yourself, all that hard work, that's just like the weight off your shoulders. There's actually no better feeling, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say take 1 year of your life. Let's say you spent the 1 year where, okay, 1 month of doing that activity you gave up, and then the rest of that, 1 year, you're trying to find something you don't really care. You give up everything. All right, from the beginning to the end of the year, what did you overcome? What did you gain? Nothing. If you actually tried and you continued to try and be persistent at it and try new things and be positive about it, then by the end of it, you've learned a lot of life lessons. You've learned what you don't like, and you've learned discipline by putting in the hard work.
Mm.
And then, yeah, so there's nothing, you're not losing anything by putting yourself in that position and trying to find something new. As you know, we always say, you got to put yourself in uncomfortable to become comfortable. And I think on that note, I think that wraps up the topic pretty well.
I think that's a very good way to wrap it up, and I hope help some people. I know last time that was a big question that was asked: how to find a good hobby and how to find better things to do when you're being lazy and not doing productive things. But hopefully that helped.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. I know a lot of people that have asked me that, so hopefully that can be of assistance. And I'm happy that you've joined me today on this treacherous journey. And make sure you like, subscribe, and comment what type of hobby you're going to try next. I'm hoping I see a comment. Please.
At least one.
Yeah. At least one person who's come to the end and is listening to this now. What one type of hobby are you going to try next? And now I'm going to promote next episode. I'm bringing in a very interesting guest from Japan who's going to come online. So stay tuned for that. And I guess I'll see you guys on another episode of EasyCast.